Hey, good morning. Welcome to Wait a Minute. My videos, my thoughts, and I'm sharing them with you because you're special. Every single one of you are special. And I can say that without reservation because I know that every person was made specifically to be that person. You are special. That's not just words. So anyway, hey, sorry about the fan noise in the background, but that's I gotta get my windshield defrosted pretty good.
In 800 feet,
forgot to turn
turn
her on.
left onto Stanton Street.
That girl, she's always interrupting. Anyways, just like a girl. No, just kidding. All my girl fans just went fans. All my girl listeners, not fans. Oh man, I'm a mess. Anyway, hey, good to see you. Good to be seen by you and all that stuff. This video probably won't be put out today, but that's all right because I just got inspired and I want to do it while it's still fresh in my mind. So here we go. I wanted to mention something that happened to me a long time ago, and I don't know how old I was, maybe 7-ish, something like that. All I know is I was really young, and we used to go to my aunt and uncle's quite often. They lived in St. Charles, Illinois. I remember that very clearly. I even remember the black house that they lived in, and they had a dog named Prancer, and they had a dog named Prancer a lot of times, but this is, I think, the original Prancer. And she was something else. I loved that dog from the time she was small to the time that she had puppies. I mean, I just loved her. But I used to always just, she was over there by the door, and she was very well trained. She stayed where she was supposed to and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to pet her, and I was used to petting her, and everybody was used to me petting her and wallowing on her and everything. So I went over there, and I was wallowing on her, and must have just hit the right spot or something, and she woofed and reached down and bit me in the face right there. And I want to say I had 2 stitches. I'm not really sure how many it was. And I was young, and we don't talk about it very often. I know exactly how many stitches my brother got when he busted his head open, but I don't know how many stitches I got. I think it was 2 or 3. It wasn't a lot. Anyway, Prancer bit me. Prancer, whom I loved, and she was sweet and precious and a good dog in every way. She's my favorite dog in the world at that time, and I just couldn't believe it. And my feelings were hurt, as well as my face. It wasn't just my face, it was my feelings too. It broke my heart that she did that to me. Well, as it turned out, I'll tell you that later. So, she bit me and left. I had to have stitches. For a long time, you didn't see this at all. You can't see it now unless you look really close. And mostly you can see it because my whiskers are growing funny right there. But she bit me in the face. I mean, I can get slammed and pushed to the ground and kicked around, but if you slap my face, that's the worst thing you can do, and it's also the most hurtful in my heart. And she bit me in the face. Ouch. Prancer, my girl, what the heck? Well, anyway, the other day, I'm 55 years old now, so I'm a lot older and wiser, and well, sort of wiser. Okay, I'm not that wise, but I'm older. And I was looking at my face the other day. I do that every once in a while when there's a mirror in front of me because, shaving and all the other things you have to do. But I saw my face while I was shaving, and I looked again, and I'm like, holy cow, wait a minute. And I looked again, and sure enough, as big as you please, right there in front of me was this scar on my face. And I had to think for a second, but then just a second later I remembered Prancer. And just for a second, a little teeny part of me, little spark, felt sad that she bit me. And that scar brought back a memory, and I felt a little hurt. And but the fact is, after almost 50 years, the scar showed up. Now that scar went away a long time ago when I was a kid, probably within a few months. I don't really remember when it went away, but it went away. Couldn't see it anymore, it was gone. And I've looked at my face pretty much every day since then. I mean, pretty much, and I've never seen that scar. In all these years, I've never seen it. And then just recently, I'm looking in the mirror, and there it is, bigger than life. Well, it's not bigger than life. You can see it if you look. And I was like, I still have that scar. It doesn't affect me much, but I still have it. When I saw it, it made me think of Prancer and my hurt feelings. But I'm fine. My face is fine. Prancer's long gone. The fact that she's gone makes me more sad than the fact she bit me in the face. That's how we are. So, well, first off, let me say this. You all have scars. I mean, that's just a part of the human condition. We all have scars because things happen to us. Whether it be, your mom saying bad words to you when you're young, your dad disowning you when you're older. There's a lot of things that scar us. And a lot of times, they seem to be healed. And then one day, you're looking in the mirror and there's that scar. And you have to double take and you think about, for a minute, what happened. Well, I think scars are important in a way because they do remind you in a way that you can reflect. But it shouldn't remind you in a way that you have regret and wish you could go back and change things and you get mad or you get hurt or whatever. Like I said, I had a little teeny bit of hurt when I saw my scar because I thought about Prancer and the fact that she bit me in the face. But first of all, it was a long time ago. My face doesn't hurt. That scar is there, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't make me ugly. It doesn't make, any uglier than I am. It doesn't make me anything except for aware that I lived through a hurt that I had. That's all it is. It's like a trophy. It's like tattoos. It marks a memory. It marks an occasion in your life where you had a hurt and it happened and you can't deny that it happened, but do you really want to? I'm not saying do you really want to wish that thing away, because heck yeah, you do. Most scars are, from bad memories. Of course you want to get rid of those. But that's the memory, not necessarily the scar. My scar reminds me, number one, be careful of all dogs because they have feelings just like people do. As it turned out, Prancer was pregnant and we didn't know it. They didn't know it, but Prancer knew it. And I was probably laying on her funny. I don't remember how I was laying, but we do know I was laying on her, which I always did before, but she didn't have puppies before. So she was pregnant and she knew it and I was leaning on her. That's why she snapped at me. She could have eaten my face off, but she didn't. She did what she had to do. She did what she felt like she had to do. She did something, if she was a human, maybe she'd regret it. I don't know. But she did something. She hurt me. Well, I don't know what everybody's thought process and mental capabilities and all that stuff is. But most people who are hurt, you got hurt by somebody that was messed up. You got hurt by somebody that had something, even if it's a small little thing, they had a small little thing in them to make them do that thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean make them, but you know what I'm saying. It would spark them to do whatever. So I'm not saying that I'm not trying to excuse things that happen to you. I'm just saying, your scar does not have to be a badge of shame. It can be a badge of survival. You lived through that thing. You healed and you moved on. And in my case, I never saw that scar all my life. That didn't affect me at all. But now that I saw it now, it doesn't hurt me. I had a little bit, like I said, but that was just the memory of Prancer, and then immediately flooded in that, there's something wrong with her at the time. It wasn't her fault. There was an issue. There was a reason why that happened. And then beyond that, it taught me a lot of things. It taught me how to avoid getting bit by a dog in the face. I've been bit by a dog since then, but that's a whole different story. Not in the face, and not because I was dumb. Just scars mean a lot. From my dog scar to the scars in the hands and feet of Jesus. He went to the cross for us, and he received terrible wounds in the side and his hands and feet, probably to other places, stripes on his back. He received scars, And at the time, just watch The Passion of the Christ one time. There's one scene in there that I just can't watch. I didn't watch it the first time. I didn't watch it any other times I watched it because I just can't stand it. But Christ went through a lot for us so that we could be saved and we could be forgiven and healed and a whole bunch of other things. He went through a lot. And at the time, looking at it, especially like looking at it on TV, which wasn't reality, but you know what I mean, watching it was awful at the time, was terrible, was horrendous, awful cruelty. But now, his scars are why we can be healed and why we can be saved and why we can be forgiven. So from my dog's scar to Jesus' scar, it's pretty great. Anyway, bye.